the combination of these. So I worked it. So the same percentage of people who eat yeah, that's it. These in the net, and they have a good thing. They're not the answer. So you plug in or you doing Bluetooth? Are you plugged in hot then? This is comfortable for you now.
The iPhones have trouble Bluetooth thing to it.
Here with the road kit. Calls and audio. Okay. Now, you want to check. You can hear this? Did you get the other folks? Or?
I did not know. I didn't understand them.
Didn't know the guy on that. Not the end of the world, but it's Let's see. All right. Gold.
Yes. For the most part, I'll run it for you.
Okay, great.
So like a pop switch or yeah. So they can go to the red ones and they press that and that'll be the green ones or something. So I'll keep myself about even. So I'll probably keep myself muted. So when we're all green, then I can talk to you even when you're on air without everybody else. And then when we go to commercial, I'll turn that commercial so that we don't have to listen to it.
So are you for?
Yeah, I'm for it. And you can pick whichever one of these. I got no color. I got orange for him over there. Here's a white and yellow
We have a coach in the Turkeys.
the Windhawks?
Yeah. The Turkeys is
Is Marty Raymond.
Marty.
Are you going to meet me down there, or are you going to stay?
One comes in, so we're going to go probably just before. 1:48, so it's already 2.
Yeah, it might be tough.
Well, we'll get the line.
Yeah,
Just to get the line.
yeah.
Actually, it was kind of fun.
I see you big guys.
Everyone knows who that is.
It is good, isn't it? It's turned into a year. So I was thinking the same thing. I don't like this. Raiders up.
Where they're trying to get to the point for Peterson, picks it up, crashing the net, fires, and scores! Julia Peterson gives the Raiders a 2-0.
Again, pass to the right. Kaiser with a shot, and he scores! Are you kidding me? Camden Kaiser to go from the point, and the Raiders win! Raiders win!
For females, for team, Maggie Malika.
All the way over there can do that. As here comes Fish, he crashes the net, goes top shelf. That's his 4th goal of the ball game, and the Raiders double the overtime. Important grab is in there. Strike 3. Got Chopper looking for outnumbered through the neutral zone. He takes it after Klotz. He's gonna fire on that and score. Spencer Klotz goes up top, and it's 1-0 Raiders. Start off the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if Megan Snyder can be the hero. First pitch to Snyder. She's gonna bunt it. Throw to first is nobody's there. It gets past her. Here comes Bland into the plate, and she's gonna score in the Raiders.
Klotz, he's made good spin move. Klotz, he's shot. He scores. Spencer Klotz puts the Raiders up 5-4.
2-1 pitch to Stepka. Line into the right center gap, and that one's gonna drop for a base hit. Peterson's gonna round third and score.
Yeah, jumper by Richardson, good. That was a nice turnaround jumper by Richardson.
Marcus, there's a centering pass, and it's good. And guess who? That's number 12, Kaiser, with another goal on the season. That's number 24 for Camden Kaiser.
On his back, and I set the championship round. Big triplet to the plate. She lines this one into right field. That one gets down for a base hit. Horman is going to go through the stop sign. She's going to score. This game is tied.
Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time.
At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. It's time to get outdoors. Ice fishing, skiing, snowmobiling. But this year, end the foggy glasses and dried out contacts. Give yourself the gift of LASIK. At Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, all laser, all wavefront LASIK, all the time.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bruss, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Northfield Ice Arena for another matinee contest this afternoon. Your Northfield Raiders will take on the Herkies, the Windhawks of Winona. Joining me this afternoon, Gordon Moore. Gordon, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Jimmy. Great to be here. Love the hockey. Great to be part of the team.
I know that you've got a lot of experience. You've been around, up and down, all around. You've done some different stuff, and I think you said you worked on some Worthington hockey.
I did, yeah. That was my most recent venture into hockey broadcasting. The Worthington Trojans. My son played, and I was a scorekeeper, and I did some radio work. I grew up in Rochester, though, actually, Jimmy, and had the benefit of watching some awesome John Marshall and Mayo teams, including watching Eric Strobel skate as a Mayo Spartan. That was a lot of fun. I was not in his caliber, and don't want to, but it's I just love high school hockey. It's Minnesota's great sport, and thrilled to be here.
Well, it's going to be fun because usually in January, going into February, these are where these teams really try to tighten things up and get a little bit better as they go along. The Raiders, of course, coming in tonight, they've lost 2 conference meets, both of them against Rochester, and one of them was, well, you'll hear Mike Lucraft talk about it. It wasn't pretty, and yet they a lot of it has to do with the emotion and staying out of the penalty box and playing smart hockey. They come in 5-2-0 in the conference. However, they are 11-4-0, so they are a pretty good hockey team. And Winona, on the other hand, they're 3-7-2, and Mike said he was watching a little bit of the tape earlier in the day, and they've played some really good hockey and really stuck with some really good teams. And then, it's like one of those things. It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You think you got it figured out, and then all of a sudden everything falls off and the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I noticed that, Jimmy, early in the season, Winona only lost to Mayo by 1 goal. And I got the impression, looking at their recent stats, that maybe they haven't been trending in the right direction recently. Raiders had a nice bounce-back win against Mankato West. I mean, they needed that after a real tough loss here to Sanctuary, and then a very competitive but tough loss to Mayo where they gave up, I think, 3 third-period goals to lose that game. But a shutout over Mankato West certainly is good to see, and I'm sure the Raiders are going to be looking to continue that momentum.
Well, they definitely are, and Mike says this time after time after time, and we kind of laughed. Before I actually interviewed him, I go, okay, I know what your remedy is. Stay on the net, play solid, play aggressive, but keep your emotions in check.
Yes.
And at what point do you just you get frustrated, throw your hands up, or what do you start telling these guys you got to relax? He's like, it's a matter of checks and balances. He goes, if you come into a game like they did against Century, where they were just chipping away at guys, a lot of forechecking, a lot of back checking. They were just trying to take Northfield, keep them out of the offensive zone.
Absolutely.
And guess what happens? They get a little worked up. Munson and Kaiser and these guys, they start getting aggressive.
You could see the frustration on the Northfield side of the ice that night, and it really, I guess, it kind of played into what Sanctuary wanted to do. They wanted to hang around. I mean, the Raiders outshot them almost 2-1, but what matters is what the final score is. And yeah, they've got to stay out of the box, maintain composure if the game gets chippy, and just play their game. They're deeper than the Windhawks. They skate 3 lines. It looks like Winona probably really has 1 key line, and so over the course of 3 periods, that's likely to sort of tell the story.
Yeah, their primary scorers are on that front line for Winona, indeed, and they are going to be, how often do they get out on the ice? How long do they stay on the ice? That'll be, we'll yet to see it because we have to play the game. But without a doubt, the Raiders have 3 lines, 3 solid lines. They could their 4th line. They got a 4th line that they could back up if they needed to, but they don't put them on there all the time. But when the game, like against Mankato, when it was 6-zip,
right,
you saw a lot of these 4th line players in there. So definitely depth, speed, and just experience even for the Raiders. So we look forward to a fantastic game this afternoon. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll get some coaches' interviews, and we'll find out what's going on with Mike Lucraft and his team and see what he's got to say about this afternoon's contest. You are listening to Raider Hockey right here on 95.1, The One, and AM 1080 KYMN, and we're streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Real estate can be difficult to navigate. Thankfully, Professional Pride Realty's website is packed with information to make buying or selling a home in the Northfield area as simple as possible. ProfessionalPrideRealty.com has the most current listing information, including price reductions and real-time market statistics. Customize the map-based search to streamline your desired location. You can even save your searches in specific homes for later viewing. Home sellers can learn about their property's value before putting their houses on the market. When you're ready to start your home buying or selling journey, Professional Pride Realty would be happy to assist you.
At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. It's time to get outdoors. Ice fishing, skiing, snowmobiling, but this year, end the foggy glasses and dried out contacts. Give yourself the gift of LASIK. At Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, all laser, all wavefront LASIK, all the time.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bress, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
Locally owned and operated, Professional Pride Realty specializes in residential, commercial, and agricultural property. Search the entire multiple listing service at ProfessionalPrideRealty.com or call us at 507-663-1100.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call the professionals at Service Master by Ayat. Service Master has been an industry leader for more than 20 years and have proven cleaning products to remove even the toughest stains and get the winter weather out of your carpets and floors. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. When you're in need of cleaning, demand the yellow van and call Service Master by Ayat today.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is your Northfield Raiders taking on the Windhawks of Winona, a.k.a. the Herkies, coached by Marty Raymond. And it is, of course, the Raiders' opportunity here to advance again. This is a big conference meet, actually. This is very important, and you'll hear Mike Lutcraft talk a little bit about it. But, you know, you look at this, and you could look away from this game if you wanted to, Gordon. You could just kind of, well, you know, it's another game, and Winona's struggling a little bit, and then they're a hit and they're a miss and whatever. And, you know, you can come into this game and just forget about it. But the reality is, as you go down here, if Winona, as they stay where they're at, they could indeed turn around during playoff time and play them again. So this is a great opportunity to check out your opponent.
Absolutely. It's an important game, conference game, potential section opponent. And, you know, when you phone things in, that's when bad things happen. And, yeah, Winona can score some goals. They've played tough. They've had a lot of 1 or 2 goal losses. This is not a game to come into and just take for granted by any means.
Your coach's interview this afternoon is brought to you by none other than Professional Pride Realty, Northfield's only locally owned real estate broker. I was able to catch up to Mike just before the game. Let's see what Mike has to say about this afternoon's contest. Pre-game this.
Sure, absolutely. Coming into today's game, Winona right now, I believe, is the third to the bottom in the Big Nine Conference, as Jimmy indicated, coming in with a record of 3-7-2. Northfield is in third place in the Big Nine right now with a 5-2-0 record, 11-4 overall. Coming into this game, Mankato West was the last opponent that the Northfield Raiders played. 6-0 victory in Mankato on Thursday. Kind of from a common opponent standpoint, I noticed that Winona lost to West 7-2 on January 10th. So that gives you a little bit of a comparison there. But as indicated earlier, Winona lost 4-3 to Mayo and 5-3 to West earlier, and so they're capable of keeping games close. Northfield fell victim to two AA schools, Century and Mayo, in real tough fashion. That Century loss in overtime really was a hurt one. Hopefully they'll remember. Okay, we're still working on that interview with the coach here, Bluetooth technology being what it is. Coming into today's game, the leading scorers for the Windhawks are Tice Larson with 15 goals and 14 assists, 29 points. And Wes Kohler with 7 goals, 8 assists, and 15 points.
All right, well, we just got a few minutes left here in between, so I think we'll take a quick break. We are unable to get this interview again this afternoon. Brought to you by Professional Pride Realty, Northfield's only locally owned real estate broker. We're going to take a couple of minutes. We come back. Maybe we'll try to get the interview on, or maybe we'll just go to our starting lineups. But you're watching Raider Hockey right here on NorthfieldLive.com and listening to Raider Hockey at 95.1 The One KYMN.
I'm Marty Benson, the Commercial and Ag Banking Manager at Community Resource Bank. We offer unprecedented experience with the ability to make decisions locally for your business, ag purchase, or expansion. Come talk with us. Interest rates are still low, and we can offer some fantastic products. The coffee pot is always on, or visit us at crb.bank. Community Resource Bank in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group of Northfield, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered the Northfield area for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Craby, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Bo Hoyam, and their staff, go Raiders.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
The Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club, off Highway 3 in Northfield. Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time. Happy holidays from all of us at Northfield Live.
Well, welcome back to this afternoon's contest between Winona and the Winhawks, taking on your Northfield Raiders, 11-4 on the season, 3-7-2, 2 ties for Winona this afternoon. It was an outstanding interview, by the way, by Mike Lucraft. Yeah, I wish you could have heard it. It is fantastic. It's probably my best. I think I could have won an Emmy or a Grammy or something on that.
We've got to get that up, Jimmy. One way or the other, we've got to hear it.
We will never know. But, again, the key, he said they got to watch a little bit of tape. So, depending on what Nono comes out to do today, like you said, Century came out, was very aggressive. His team can be both. They can be very aggressive, but he doesn't have a style of play because he feels that the depth of the team allows him to do speed. They can be depth, they can have control, they can be offensive, they can be defensive. It's a combination of multiple things. Fossum and the two Riley brothers on defense play an outstanding game and do just amazing things when they're on the ice. So it will be an interesting contest this afternoon. You still have time to get down here. We were supposed to face off at 2 o'clock, and as you can tell, it's 2:16. And we're running a little bit behind, so hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of pieces of information out to you here. If you want to stop over to the Northfield Ice Arena this afternoon, it's a beautiful afternoon. It's 22 degrees, a little overcast skies. Beautiful on the outdoors, beautiful on the indoors. They got the heat turned on, and that's a positive, trust me.
Very much so.
Yeah, so we're just minutes away from getting going here with our opening lineups. And as a matter of fact, our starting lineups are brought to you by Richie Eye Clinic. And those foggy glasses and dried out contacts give yourself the gift of LASIK. So hopefully here in just a second we'll do our starting lineups. And waiting for the Raiders. Not sure what's going on. Maybe,
I think their starters are off ice there.
Off ice they are. So they'll introduce, of course, our first starters for the Winhawks.
All right, we'll introduce the Winhawks first. Starting lineup, number 22, Max Dollenberg. He's a defenseman. Number 17, Wes Coiner, left wing. Number 19, center, Tice Larson. Number 10, Avon Brodzinski is at right wing. Number 17, Wesley Coiner, left wing. And the goalie for the Winhawks today is number 35, Michael Dubik. And for the Raiders, in goal, number 30 is Keaton Waylock. Seen most of the time this year. Mike Fossum, number 2 at defense. Ty Frank, number 7, the other defense in that pair. Will Cashing getting the start. He had sophomore 22, Braden Olson, 20, Caden Monson, and 22, Braden Olson at forward. Mike Lucraft coaching the Northfield Raiders, and Marty Raymond for the Winhawks.
That is your starting lineup, brought to you by Richie Eye Clinic and the foggy glasses and dried out contacts. Give yourself the gift of LASIK. We'll be back. You're listening to Raider Hockey on NorthfieldLive.com.
Now may be the right time for you or a loved one to consider joining Northfield Retirement Community. Leave behind the worry of home maintenance and repairs to join a supportive community welcoming you to your new home. NRC has a variety of housing options to enjoy with your own furnishings and available options of in-home personal care services. Reach out to our caring and compassionate staff when you're ready for a visit, or review all of our living options at northfieldretirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community, innovation, choice, tradition.
Financing a house is about more than a mortgage. It's about creating a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, buying your forever home, looking to take advantage of today's great refinance rates, or finally getting to those home improvements, Hometown Credit Union's wide variety of home loan options and highly competitive rates can help make your house, well, a home. Learn more and apply online at hometowncu.coop. Equal housing lender.
Are you in the market for a new home or considering remodeling your current home? Schmidt Homes and Schmidt Homes Remodeling should be your first and last call. Schmidt Homes, known for their innovative designs, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship, superior service, while maintaining their reputation of fairness, honesty, and integrity for over 30 years. They're the only builder in the area to offer an in-house designer and a showroom to make your selections. They have over 30 new building lots available in Northfield. Check out their website at schmidthomes.com for more information.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. We're just about ready to get started here. Checking out where our camera's facing here. Looks like he's down there on the other end down there. Checking out the Northfield Raiders. They're in their huddle. A little bit different from the home. They actually are wearing their whites and yellow breezers this evening.
Yeah, they look like the Gophers almost, sort of.
Right, a little look back, maybe it's a little, background or something. But normally they got the breezers,
kind of the gold breezers with the black stripes.
Little older look, little look back look there a little bit. So the Windhawks, of course, they're going to be in their black, orange, and white. They're going to be skating from the right to the left. The Raiders in their white and maroon and yellow breezers, skating from left to right this afternoon to get things started. So we got the opening lineup coming up here. Olsen will be center, facing off here this afternoon for the Raiders, and they will control the puck and win the draw. Drop pass to Frank into the defensive zone. He'll skate it on through neutral. Shot, bam, up and over. Top of the goal it goes. Waiting to see if they're going to give that a shot on goal. They don't, okay, because it's definitely cleared out in front. Olsen with his shot from that left crease. Just an opportunity, couldn't get it. And that puck's going to go up in the end of the air, and then we'll have a stoppage of play here to get things started. So right away, we've got a quick stoppage of play, and we'll face off to the right of the goalie. Olsen again to face off, and it'll be Winona with the draw. Puck will come clear all the way through. Koner trying to clear it, can't do it. They'll dump it all the way back in behind their own net. This is where it gets a little crazy down there. The Windhawks and the Raiders going head-to-head. They'll skate it down the near boards, and that'll get busted up, and down the left side it goes. And it looks like maybe we'll probably have an offsides against the Windhawks.
Looks like an ice, Jimmy, I think. The kid got rid of the puck before the red line. 22 for the Raiders would like to have that shot back. He had a nice point-blank opportunity.
Face off in the Winona end. Comes loose for the Raiders. Kaiser out front. Dump pass over there to Geiger. Geiger, Frank, up and over. Deflected up and over. Winner with us off the tip of the stick. Goes right over the top of the goal. Centering pass out front. That was banged up over the top and into the glass it goes. Frank will recover from the top right circle. Fires. Stick deflected way up. So, wow, that was some fast action there. Dubek, a couple of stick saves there, and sends it this one into the net.
I think he's going to have a busy afternoon based on what we've seen in the first minute and 10 seconds here.
Funny thing is, they've only given him one shot on goal, which was that last one, which is I'd say that's accurate. However,
that would be correct.
They're taking crack shots at it, and there's a lot of deflecting, a lot of defensive sticks getting there and deflecting the passes up and over. They will, of course, control the Windhawks, the face-off before it's broken up again by the Raiders, and they'll dump it all the way back down into the corner. Kaiser picks it up, swings around. Centering pass, nobody there. Riley, shot out front. Defective pad. Another shot broken up by the Windhawks. Trying to clear their zone. Still fighting for it at center ice. Geiger tries to send a pass over to Winter, but misses him. Riley tries to dump it in and does. Before the Windhawks try to clear it out of their zone, but Bridge Riley, he'll send it all the way back. Down in the corner we go. We'll see a lot of this pretty much throughout the afternoon. Riley with a slap shot. That one deflected just to the right of the goal. That one gets loose. Now Bridge Riley all the way down. He'll skate back into their own zone. Windhawks in a full line change here. The puck will come clear. And into their zone they go, and they'll dump it off to Dellenberg as they'll send it in all the way in behind the Raiders' nets. Tried to forward one off the backboard, but that one's broken up by the Windhawks. They'll try to keep it in. Can't clear it. Raiders trying to skate it through. Vogt down the right side he goes and into the Windhawk zone. They'll chase it down there, trying to beat the defense back in there. All the way across it goes. Another shot. Stick save. Out in front. Windhawks again trying to clear the puck from their own zone. Down from the left circle. They'll clear it all the way down, and they're going to skate it down. And it looks like they're going to get an icing call here. So we're just a couple minutes in. 14-17 to go. 2 minutes and 43 seconds, just ticking away here in the first period, and we're all tied up 0-0.
Good pace by the Raiders so far. They're definitely controlling play, looking good, close to a goal.
And Brocky will control the puck in the Windhawks, or the Herky zone, if you will. Banged off the boards, and all the way down it goes into the Northfield territory, and they'll bring that right back for icing. I would say that for the most part, the Raiders are definitely trying to keep it into their zone and doing a fine job at it. It's just very tough when you dump it back in the corner and you got two defensemen crawling all over the top of you. So.
Yes.
Raiders will face off again. Brocky will control the puck, but the Windhawks will come away from it as they dump it in through neutral ice. Frank will grab it. He'll dump it all the way across the other side of the arena before it's intercepted again through neutral zone. Now Frank skating down that left side, hits the brakes, goes down that left side, into the corner it goes. It's coming loose over here. Merritt trying to get a stick on it. Can't do it. That one goes flying right by. Cronenbusch trying to control it in behind the net for the Herkies. Puck's right out front. Now for the Raiders, centering pass, and that one is just off the stick of Merritt out in front. Frank with an opportunity. He's going to skate back. He gave it up off his stick. A great opportunity from the point to maybe take a shot, but gave it up to the defense. And now it'll be the Raiders trying to clear it all the way down, and that'll go back the other direction, and we'll bring it all the way back again. 13:20 remaining here in the first period from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders 0 and the Windhawks 0.
Kind of a freewheeling affair so far, Jimmy. Not a lot of structure. Face-off in the Northfield zone here.
13:20 to go, first period, and we're underway here from the Northfield Ice Arena. Come on down and join us. It'll be fun. If you can't come on down, check us out on NorthfieldLive.com. We're streaming it live as we speak, and we're listening to Raider Hockey on KYMN, so don't forget to tune in either way and support your local hockey team. That puck just sits around through neutral ice, and the Windhawks just trying to do something with it, clear it. Bridge Riley up to the ice, Cashin, centering pass. There's a shot on goal right into his hands. For a second there, I thought it was almost a ricochet off of his stick, but still a great shot from the right point, and nothing. Just ate up by Dubek.
Yeah, nice save by Dubek. He's got over a 90% save ratio, so he's a good goalie. He's probably seen a lot of shots this year, but he's done a nice job so far.
And we did talk earlier in the pregame that, Winona stood up pretty well against Mayo, who's probably the top team in the section, and even Mike Lukraft will admit to that fact. So it's a hit or miss, and you can't get anywhere without a good goalie out there, and that's what's going to be your saving grace. Raiders all the way to the top circle. Oh, that's a pass, and there's a turnover in the zone. Bridge Riley getting after it, trying to get chased by Prudensky there. He takes him into the boards. Winona trying to control the puck down in the Northfield zone. In behind it goes. Riley hits the brakes, turns around, comes in behind near ice, tries to forward it to Cashin. He'll get it into the neutral ice before it is picked up by Olsen. He'll pick it up and take it all the way down left side. Forecheck there. Taking off the puck just a little bit, but he'll continue it all the way around. Raiders trying to control it. Munson trying to get to it. Does in that circle, but he is now. There's going to be a penalty. There's going to be a cross-checking penalty, it looks like, against number 10. So at the 12:02 mark, 4 minutes and 58 seconds in, we got ourselves a penalty.
Yeah, cross-check in the defensive zone. The Raiders will have the face-off here with their top line out there. Geiger, Kaiser, and Monson. Let's see what they can do with this opportunity.
So they're a fairly good team, too. They get like about 35% power play percentage. They score 1 out of 3 usually. So we'll see how this one pans out as Frank tries to dump that past the Fossum down in the top of the circle, bringing it over to the top, down to the right side. Frank centering pass, and that one's broken up by the defense. And they'll fire it all the way down and off the boards, and all the way down it goes. I always do. Thank you very much. So, okay, we're into the 2-minute power play here. Munson all the way around. Centering pass out front. Geiger couldn't get a stick on it. So we are down to, looks like we got it all the way down. It'll come out of the way down to the Wallach net down there. Minute 13 remaining in the power play with 11:11 to go here in the first period. Raiders on top 4-0 as far as shots are concerned. Geiger skates right past the centering pass there as that puck comes on loose. Kai Frank will get it in his own zone, and he'll skate it all the way back in behind the net, and they'll get ready to line things up. So here comes Fossum. Kaiser down the right side. Oh, he's got a shot. Centering pass out front, and he shoots it. It's just off the pad, and that one comes out front. What a breaking play by Fossum heading to the net. Great opportunity. That one is no good. Rejected by the goalie, Dubek. Fossum will now take it from the top of that right circle. He's looking. Wrist shot. That one just gets deflected off the back of the boards. Raiders looking. Centering pass to Frank on the top. He'll go down low in the corner. Pass out in front. Nobody out there. Vogt trying to get a stick on it. Pontow trying to pick it up. Geiger's going down. He gets taken off the puck, but he recovers. Centering pass out front there to Winner. Winner can't get a stick on it. That one's going to come all the way back down to the other end as they try to clear it. And we got 5 seconds remaining in the power play. So 10:04 to go in the contest here in the first period. They'll be back at full strength. Maybe got a shot or two on net, but unsuccessful. But they are about a 1 out of 3 squad, so at least they are on top of the power play instead of in the net. And there's a shot in the goal, and that one's deflected, and in it goes. It looks like Cashin got a stick on it. 9:48, and the Raiders take a 1-0 lead. At the 7:12 mark, it looks like I think Cashin's going to get the credit for that goal as it went off the top of his stick. We'll have to listen to that one, but they are, of course, again at the 7:12 mark, and the Raiders will take a 1-0 lead from the Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders 1, Winona 0.
Deserved goal there. Good work in the offensive zone. Came up.
And the puck will now get cleared all the way down into Winona zone. And they will, of course, give that to Cashin. Indeed, off the stick. Nice deflection out front. Raiders will control it down in Winona's end. In behind the net they go. This puck tries to come loose, but it goes all the way to the far boards. Picked up by Munson. Skates into the top. Riley, shot, deflected. Whoa, another one almost past the goalie. Off his own player. Here comes the Winhawks. Through neutral ice. And he'll dump it all the way in. That's Cronbooth. Easton, that is. Puck goes all the way to the far boards. Right out in front. Deflected. Picked up. Breaking Olsen down the rack side. Shot just to the left of Dubek as it bangs hard off the board and comes out on front. Pontow down to the corner. Centering pass broken up by the Winhawks. Got a nice little game going here. Nice aggressive game. Not anything like Century, where it was more chippy than it was consistent. But Winona is trying to put a little bit of pressure on this team and take them out of their game a little bit because they are speedy indeed. Sawyer will dump it all the way back in behind the net for the Winhawks. Going to get picked up by Koner. Koner trying to clear it, can't do it. Broken up by the Raiders. Down in the corner it goes. Puck finally comes clear, but it's going to go right through neutral ice. And that one's going to go all the way through the Pontow down on the other end. Just an offensive turnover right there. Here's a shot towards the goal. Just misses Wallach there. A defensive turnover in the Northfield zone. Almost cost him there with 8:05 to go here in the first period.
Yeah, that was Winona's first really good scoring opportunity off a mistake by the Raiders. Unfortunately, the Winhawk player shot it a little left to the goal.
Well, and that's Tells Larson, and he is their number one leading scorer on the season. So that's not the guy. He's got 29 points. You don't want to cough it up in the near zone like that. And the puck will be cleared by the Raiders in their own zone. Here's a forwarding pass. Misses Kaiser, breaking across the neutral ice, and that's going to go all the way back down. And it looks like they're going to call that one back. I thought maybe Kaiser got a stick on it, but they'll bring it all the way back. Icing. Wallach face off to the left of the circle, deep in the Northfield zone. 7:51 to go here in this contest this afternoon. Raiders on top 1-0. Out shooting Winona. It says 7-zip, and I'll give him credit for that one. That was a nice shot towards Wallach, but he did indeed miss the net.
Yes.
So the Raiders will try to win that draw. Back down in their own corner. Fossum will try to skate in behind. Hits the brakes. Goes back the other way. Bang. Off the board. Forwarding pass. Nice pass by Winter. The Geiger trying to make a break down all the way around left side. They'll wheel that one all the way around. The boards to the near circle. Puck's out front. Now it's broken up by the defense. All the way to the far boards. Raiders trying to keep it in, dump it in. There's a shot across from the point. Nope, that one's no good. Broken up by the Raiders as they continue to hold it in the Winona zone until the pass comes loose from the defense. So they're going to back it all the way up. So Fossum brings it back to Frank. That one's going to get intercepted there by the Vale, but before they do a clear. So they had an opportunity to move it through. Now we got a breaking Kaiser, but it's just a little bit too far, and we have a leading pass that just sails completely out of there. So we're going to turn around, bring it right back the other direction here with 6:55 to go here in the first period.
I think we've had more icings already in the first period today, Jimmy, than in the entire Century game. It's been kind of sloppy at times.
It does get a little crazy, and it makes the game, it's actually, it's a lot of back and forth and prolongs the game a little bit. We already got a late start this afternoon, so hopefully they can tighten some things up, especially when they talk about leading passes and different things like that. That is going to be Brecken Riley. Will try to clear the puck all the way through. That one's all the way down to the other end. They're not going to call an icing penalty. Olsen goes deep into the zone. He'll grab it into the corner, tries to come clean with it. Looking. There's a dump pass to Riley. Shot towards the goal, off the stick and up and over, off the glass. Now recovered by the Raiders. Centering pass. Another shot towards the goal.
There it is.
He shoots. He goes.
Olsen.
That will be Olsen with a nice rebound out in front and a shot and a goal. And we are just 11 minutes and 23 seconds in, and 10:23, excuse me. And we are 2-0 in favor of the Northfield Raiders.
Really nice play on the far wall there by the defenseman who used his foot to keep the puck in the zone. And I should get an assist on that. We'll hear the official announcement.
And the Raiders will again. Olsen remains in there at the faceoff, and they'll win that faceoff. Munson will take that puck down the right side, Cashin. Dump pass across the middle.
This is with the number 7, Brecken Riley, and number 13, Will Cashin. Olsen, Riley, and Cashin. 10:33 on your Raider goal.
And there you have it. There's our stadium announcer with the announcement of the goals there. 6 minutes remaining from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders on top of this one. 2-0, outshooting them 8-0. Cashin down the right side on a breakaway. Shot up and over the top of the net. Munson keeps it in. Raiders out in front. There's another opportunity out front. He shoots and just misses and wraparound. And it could be another goal.
No, waved it off.
Munson came off the rebound off the backside and came around and tried to do a quick wraparound. It looked like, well, the ref said the net came off, but further review, he didn't put that on there very hard.
No, reminds me of that one. I don't know if it's guys from Toronto that has the ability to make the net go when necessary from the
right. Gee, that looked odd. Vogt with a shot straight after. He'll just little fly ball right there into the pocket of Dubek. So again, a flurry by the Raiders there to try and put him up 3-0. But still, with 5:35 to go, we've got a 2-0 lead here in the first period. And they'll face off in the far end of Winona before it's broken up by the defense. They'll clear it. Pontow tries to keep it in. That one gets broken up. Sawyer tries to dump it in. That one gets broken up by Winhawks. All the way back into the neutral zone it comes. All the way through it goes, and it just keeps going. And they'll turn right back around. You know, that's when they try to clear out of their zone, that seems to be, it's a constant. It's like, if they could just connect a pass to move it, it's just boom, all the way down to the other end.
Yeah, they may be trying to do a little bit too much of the home run pass. They've come close.
Face off in the Northfield zone. Raiders will come away with it. Sawyer down that left side.
Off.
And they're going to call offsides.
Yeah, Merritt couldn't hold the line there.
So the Raiders again up 2-0 with 5:07 to go here in the first period. You're listening to Raider Hockey right here on KYM and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com. Ooh, Merritt just get crushed off of that drive. Puck goes all the way down into the Windhawks zone and down in the corner. There's a breakaway pass. There was an opportunity there. They got missed, and that puck just gets laid out in front. I don't know what he was thinking there, but Kohner dumps it in behind before Fossum picks it up behind the Raiders zone. He'll try the centering pass. That one's gone, and he'll be a hard race down to the end. And, of course, can't get there is Colin Merritt. So, again, we just talked about it. Hitting for the home run.
Yep, they're looking for it. They clearly have the speed over Winona, and so there's the opportunities there. But I think going into sections, they're short passes generally probably a better overall option.
I'll take 4 passes in control into his zone than 1 pass deep any day. Shot from the point. That one's out front, deflected by Wallach. It goes all the way to the far boards. Raiders try to pick it up, and he is taken off his skates before it's picked up there by Geiger down the left side. There's another forecheck down there in the corner. Now they're picking up the pace here a little bit. Raiders digging for it. Tries to get it out front. Can't. Geiger all the way to the top circle. Pass away to the near circle. Riley, wrist shot. Deflected just to the right of the goalie. That one will come all the way to the far zone. Skated over to the top of the right circle. There's another dump pass down underneath. Winter tries to center it, but that one gets broken up by the Windhawks, and that'll be Tim. That's his last name, Tim. Tom Tim. And he'll send it all the way down to the other end of the ice. So we got 3:56 to go here in the first period. We'll bring it all the way back to the other side for a face-off.
Windhawks did get a shot on goal there recorded. That Wallach kicked out successfully, but 10-1 shots. I think it reflects how the period's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give the Windhawks credit. I mean, they've spent almost the entire night in their own zone. There's Winter with a shot out and the opportunity off the draw, and that one was going to come all the way back out to the top. Vogt's going to take it, skate it down to that far circle, cross to the crease there. Centering pass out front. That one's broken up by the Windhawks. I mean, they're defensively in their own zone. They're kind of holding their own a little bit and trying to do whatever they can to keep this buzzing Raiders team. It just keeps hammering away at the front of the net there. Down the right side, Vogt goes. He's got Kaiser in his left rear mirror. He's going to look for him. Can't do it. That one's stick checked off the board. That one will come out clean. Down to the corner it goes again. Raiders trying to keep it in. Geiger centering pass. Boom! Geiger with a shot out front, and that one's wrapped up by Dubek.
He had the look like he did not know where that puck was. He was just praying it was under the pads, and it was. Yeah, Winona's tough in their own zone. They're a solid defensive team, but boy, they have really struggled to maintain any forecheck against the Raiders. They really can't get much going in the offensive zone.
So we're ticking away here in the first period. Northfield on top, 2-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Puck will come clear on the draw. It'll be to the top of the near circle before it gets dumped in all the way back into the corner. Picked up by the Raiders. They'll try to skate it all the way. Frank from the right side. He's got a quick little wrist shot that he likes to get off, but he'll hold it. Send it back to the other side of the ice. There's a shot towards the net. That one's deflected out front. Good save by Dubek. That one comes loose right out in front. Windhawks try to clear it. Finally through the neutral zone it goes. Raiders will pick it right back up into their own zone. They'll regroup. Hot pursuit. Podzinski tries to break that one up, but Fossum's going to keep the puck. He's going to take it all the way down. Raiders in a quick line change. Munson picks the puck up, and then he'll skate it back into neutral ice as they try to regroup off that line change just a little bit. He'll skate it right back in. There's a shot. They drop the shoulder right in Munson there. Munson! And he says, yeah, okay.
Return the favor.
Here's one back at you. So here's a centering pass out front to Munson to the point. Riley wrist shot towards goal. Block save by the stick of the goalie Dubek, and he tries to clear it, but it's going to go all the way back in. Riley, this time it is going to be Brecken. Riley tries to dump it in. It gets deflected up into the glass, and we'll have a face-off at neutral ice with 2:05 to go.
Northfield continues to maintain the offensive zone very well. They're moving the puck well and giving this goaltender a run for his money with 12 shots so far and numerous other attempts.
And that is not including the ones that sailed over the top of his head after the deflections of his defensemen. So Raiders will come clean with the draw. Out in front, fire, Brackey with a shot. Up over the top of the net, another rebound out in front. Nobody there to recover. Raiders will continue to hold the puck, dump it back into the zone. Sawyer down in behind the net, tries to control it, can't. Broken up. Windhawks trying to clear it, trying to do something. trying to figure out something, digging it out, and the Raiders come away with it. It was centering pass out front. That one's broken up. Riley looking. Shots from the right. That one's off the stick again of Dubek. That one pops way out in front, and that one's going to jump all the way out here. And it looks like we've got a whistle on the play.
It might have been touched somebody on the Winona bench. The way I saw the referee pointing, I don't know. Not a penalty, but stoppage of play.
So with 1:30 to go here in the first period, it is the Raiders 2 and the Windhawks 0. That puck comes clean, a draw opportunity. That was an opportunity indeed for Vogt to get his hands on it, but he lets it slide all the way into the Northfield zone. Winona, hot pursuit down in the left corner, but before it's picked up, and now the Raiders will try to skate it out of there. Geiger will clear it all the way to the near boards. Kaiser through neutral ice, trying to control it, trying to skate it on through. He'll come to the center. There's an opportunity, shoots, and he scores! Geiger on the breakaway, right through the 5-hole at the 16th, 15-58. Kaiser on a breakaway, but that one was a good breakaway.
That was a beautiful play by Cam Kaiser. He just skated really right through the Winona defense and went right under the goalie's pads to make it 3-0 with 1:02 left in the first period. That was just a really nice display of skill there by Cam Kaiser.
Definitely skates it through neutral ice right between the two defensemen and take a nice little move to the inside and was able to beat the goalie here at the 15:58 mark from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders on top of this one, 3-0.
The Raiders scored at 15:58. Kaiser from Montana on your Raider goal.
And so we've got about 40 seconds remaining. There's a centering pass for Winona through neutral ice. Down the right side they go. There's a centering pass out there and just misses left. Koner on the breakaway down the left-hand side. That could have been a quick goal and changed the momentum pretty quickly there, but they'll send that one all the way up and over and the top of the heaters and somewhere. I don't know if that one's coming back down.
That one it did. It was returned. Wesley Koner is one of Winona's top scorers, and he did have a chance there. That was a nice pass from the Winona right wing.
Raiders will tee off here at center ice. They'll control the draw. Down to Fossum, over to Frank. Centering pass across the middle of the Munson. He'll take a shot. Boom. Right in the glove of Dubek. Dubek says, I'll have enough of this, guys. I'm just going to shut this down right now. A lot of the rebounds coming out in front. That's the big thing. It's a lot of the goals here this afternoon are based on the fact that it's the rebound comes out front and the Raiders get a second chance and they take advantage of it. So good for them. With the exception of Geiger, of course, on a breakaway. You can't take that one away from him. Munson with a shot from the right wing. And that one is caught by Dubek as well. 11.9 seconds to go, second period.
Quick wrist shot there. That one almost snuck through the goalie, but nice glove save.
Raiders again will face off in the Windhawk zone. Left of Dubek from the right circle. And we're going to break that one up. Somebody jumped a little bit too quick, it looks like. So it looks like they'll face off again here. Just 0.7 of a second win away. Raiders will tee off again. Cashin will face off this time as they kick Olsen away. Puck is controlled by Windhawks as they fire it through neutral ice before Frank chases it all the way back down. He'll take it down into his own zone. And they'll stand behind the net. They'll wind it down. And that'll end it. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Raiders on top of this one, 3-0. Outshooting them 16-1. Woo! We still got 2 periods of hockey to go. We're over here at the Northfield Ice Arena. Come on over and join us, or keep listening right here on 95.1 The One, KYM AMN and AM 1080. And of course, we're streaming it live right here on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be right back.
For the next snowstorm, get your vehicle ready for winter now. Valley Auto House is a full automotive repair shop, collision center, and AAA towing facility. We service all makes and models, from full-size diesel trucks to passenger cars. Serving the people of Northfield is our #1 goal. We do that by offering quick repairs, fair prices, and efficient communication from the time you walk in the door to when we hand you back your keys. Go Raiders from all of us at Valley Auto House, located on Highway 3 South in Northfield. Open 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and find us at valleyautohouse.net.
Right.
Now may be the right time for you or a loved one to consider joining Northfield Retirement Community. Leave behind the worry of home maintenance and repairs to join a supportive community welcoming you to your new home. NRC has a variety of housing options to enjoy with your own furnishings and available options of in-home personal care services. Reach out to our caring and compassionate staff when you're ready for a visit, or review all of our living options at northfieldretirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community, innovation, choice, tradition.
Financing a house is about more than a mortgage. It's about creating a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, buying your forever home, looking to take advantage of today's great refinance rates, or finally getting to those home improvements, Hometown Credit Union's wide variety of home loan options and highly competitive rates can help make your house, well, a home. Learn more and apply online at hometowncu.coop. Equal housing lender.
Are you in the market for a new home or considering remodeling your current home? Schmidt Homes and Schmidt Homes Remodeling should be your first and last call. Schmidt Homes, known for their innovative designs, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship, superior service, while maintaining their reputation of fairness, honesty, and integrity for over 30 years. They're the only builder in the area to offer an in-house designer and a showroom to make your selections. They have over 30 new building lots available in Northfield. Check out their website at schmidthomes.com for more information.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. It's time to get outdoors. Ice fishing, skiing, snowmobiling, but this year, end the foggy glasses and dried out contacts. Give yourself the gift of LASIK. At Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, all laser, all wavefront LASIK, all the time.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
The days are getting cooler, and it means it's time to take a trip to Witt Brothers for your winter checkup. Let's face it, no one wants to get caught in the cold with a dead battery. Make sure your vehicle is in peak condition for the winter season. The checkup includes an oil change, tire rotation, brake inspection, battery tests, and they'll even winterize your vehicle. Stop by Witt Brothers Service, located at 701 Division Street in downtown Northfield, for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bruss, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
And good afternoon. Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. Jimmy LaRue with Gordon Moore on my side here this afternoon. And it has been kind of a fun little contest. We got things started a little bit late. The JV went a little bit long. And then, of course, we had some technical difficulties earlier to start it. But, hey, we digress. The real reason that we're here to talk about is the fact that they're up 3-0 in favor of the Northfield Raiders. It was back and forth, a lot of shots out front, a lot of deflections. So there wasn't a lot of shots on goal, technically, for the Raiders. And then they had the penalty. So there was a cross-checking penalty at the 4:58 mark, Avon Prodinsky. And then when they went back to full coverage and went back to 5-on-5, it was like the Raiders started sorting things out, figuring things out, and all of a sudden things started to click.
Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. The Raiders controlled the game, just bluntly spoken. I mean, they really controlled the pace of play. Winona's chasing the game a little bit. You can see they couldn't get a forecheck going. They're struggling in their defensive zone. Their goaltender is a good goalie. He's doing a nice job, but point blank shots. And then that last goal by Cam Kaiser, I mean, splitting the Winona defense. There's really hard to. That's basically like a penalty shot, frankly. Northfield, as you indicated early, there was some icings, efforts at kind of long passes, but as the period settled in, they seemed to really kind of gain the momentum, and they're, I'm hopeful that they'll get to play four lines and get some kids into the game here that maybe aren't always getting a lot of ice time, because this is clearly, at least based on the first period, a pretty one-sided affair here at the Northfield Ice Arena.
Definitely so far, without a doubt, and leading off the goals, Will Cashin with a deflection, his own deflection from a pass out in front, deflects it in at the 7:12 mark, puts them up 1-0 in favor of the Northfield Raiders. And just a couple of minutes later at the 10:23 mark, Braden Olson on a rebound out in front. He's able to tap one home off of a rebound. And then, of course, it is the breakaway. They came out of their own zone. And it was Ty Frank dumps it up to Kaiser, and Kaiser just takes off. And looked like, he was 1-on-2, 1-on-3, and it looked like it's possible, very possible, that, he would probably have to pass it off maybe. But his speed, Kaiser just blew past the defense. And I mean, he cut through them like it was just a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, he got that puck at about the red line, and it was off to the races. And yeah, the Winona defense really didn't have an answer for Cam Kaiser. His skill is obvious. He's a very talented hockey player, and he showed it. But what I was impressed with is the balance. There's a lot of nice play from the defense. There was passing. Not all of it was entirely successful, but you can tell what they're trying to do, trying to get systems going. And yeah, Cashin, Olsen had nice periods. Both each getting a goal and an assist. And so, I think there's a lot to build on here. These are the games where you really need to keep disciplined. You need to keep focused. And, stay away from dumb penalties and injuries. I mean, and I like I said, I think, the Northfield team is in a position here where they should be able to roll 4 lines if they want to. And, having been coaching and been part of teams like Winona, I know what this is like. Fatigue kicks in, and pretty soon, if you're only skating 2 lines, it's tough to keep up. So I think Northfield just needs to continue doing what they're doing. They are controlling the game.
Well, and Winona is trying to stay as physical as they can with them. They're trying to do a lot of back checking and different stuff like that, but like you said, the fatigue will eventually kick in. But I noticed there towards the end of that first period, the Raiders were putting up with it pretty well. But then they started, kind of like, you know what, I'm going to return this favor for you.
I think we saw that with Mr. Munson in particular. There was one hit on the side that he went right back in the corner, and there was a stick that went flying. Yeah, the intensity did pick up in those last 5 minutes. No question about that. It'll be interesting to see. Century was successful against the Raiders by goading them, frankly, into taking penalties. And, that 5-on-3 goal that Century got to start the game there, I think there's been pretty disciplined play out there, 1 penalty on Winona, and hopefully it stays that way. I think that's what the Raiders need to do. They need to stay out of the box.
Well, and every time I've ever talked to Mike Lukraft, he says the same thing, that we get, and they had 9 penalties against Century. So it will be extremely interesting if he can keep their calm, because it doesn't matter how many times he says it. It's like whether or not they do it. And, and so far, so good, though.
Yes.
They've stayed out of it because they've had an opportunity. Sawyer, Munson, Geiger, they've all had shots.
Yes.
Where, they could have retaliated a little bit, but they kind of held their emotion in.
These are high school kids, and, yes, coaches coach and do their best, but high school kids are kids, and emotions can get the best of anybody out there. But so far, I haven't seen anything that I think is really cheap or chippy. It got a little physical, but, it is hockey afterwards. Right. Big 9 hockey. You expect it to be, and Winona's, I'm sure, going to come out and try to establish something. They need a goal. They need something to build some momentum on. And so if you're Northfield, you want to continue to just keep them locked in their zone. I mean, Winona was really struggling to get out of their zone. Their zone entries were kind of a mess, frankly. It was just harem-scarum. And frankly, the best shot that Winona had came off a turnover and by Northfield and in their own zone.
Yeah, and we got to avoid that as well. So, with that said, from your Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Raiders on top of this, 3-0. You are, of course, listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 The One, KYMN and AM 1080. And if you want to watch us and see how the game is going, why don't you go to NorthfieldLive.com and check us out, because that's what we're doing. We're streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be back in just a couple minutes to get our second period underway.
The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall, with all of your mailing and printing needs. We can pack it up, ship it out, and get it down the road. Fabricate a sign or a banner. We work hard to know our products. We can find what works for you and set you up with everything you need. The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall, offering solutions for you.
Lance?
I'm Marty Benson, the Commercial and Ag Banking Manager at Community Resource Bank. We offer unprecedented experience with the ability to make decisions locally for your business, ag purchase, or expansion. Come talk with us. Interest rates are still low and we can offer some fantastic products. The coffee pot is always on, or visit us at crb.bank. Community Resource Bank in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group of Northfield, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered the Northfield area for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Kraby, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Bo Hoyam, and their staff, go Raiders!
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
The Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club off Highway 3 in Northfield. Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time. Happy holidays from all of us at Northfield Live.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by Ayatt's janitorial services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster by Ayatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you so much to the arena. And, of course, NorthfieldLive.com. Here's your streaming it if you're checking us out there. Hopefully we got a few people listening to us as well on 95.1 and AM 1080 KYMN. Welcome to hockey listeners here around the Cannon Valley area. We want to thank you for joining us. Gordon Moore joins me this afternoon. We got Lance Reister in production over here as well. So a whole plethora of people to help you bring this afternoon's hockey game to you. The Raiders on top 3-0 to end the first period, outshooting them 16-1 in that first period. The Winona Windhawks, a.k.a. the Herkies, will be skating in their black and orange from left to right. Raiders in a throwback jersey, a little white and or gold breezers this afternoon, and they will face off and win the draw off the center ice. Center Raiders will pick it up in their own zone. That one tries to clear it through the neutral zone, which they do. Frank trying to keep it in control. He'll dump it all the way back to Fossum into their own zone. They'll circle back all the way to the far board. Frank loses it off his stick. Dumps it up to Fossum, who tries to do a clearing pass there on a breaking Olsen, and that's no good. And then Munson tries to forward it through Olsen, and he shoots past the stick. So again, a couple of opportunities for some passing lanes there open to the Raiders, but they cannot converge on those pucks. Munson will skate in behind there, trying to take the puck away from the Windhawks as they try to clear it out. They will bounce it off the backboard and all the way down to the red line, and they'll get called for icing. So we'll turn right back around and bring it right back into the Northfield zone, into the Winhawk zone, just to the left of the goalie.
Yeah, Winona really doesn't have much of an answer for that top line of Northfield right now. The Raiders are really doing a good job of controlling play. But I guess this is coming back to the Northfield side of the ice.
Looks like Camden Munson will go into the penalty box for 2 minutes. And that is at the 52nd mark. So quickly, Munson with a penalty there, and it'll put them on the short-handed here this afternoon. And now the Winhawks will go on the offensive, which they also have about a 30 percentile of scoring. There's a shot right in the net and into Wallach's gut, but he lets it go. To the right of the net it goes, and in behind the net it goes. Geiger, little forecheck there, trying to keep it out of the zone. That one's broken up by Geiger. Straight up in the air it goes, all the way back into the corner. As the Winhawks on the power play with just a minute 30 to go. 30 seconds gone in the power play. And the Raiders still having a hard time trying to clear it out of the zone. So very aggressive power play by Winona. Surprisingly enough, they are controlling setting up the plays. And there's a nice check into the boards. There's a setting pass up front. Down that circle, and there's a shot. And that was deflected off the glass and back out in front it comes. Dump pass quickly to the far circle. Another wrist shot out front. That one's back off the glass as that one flies right past Wallach before the Raiders are able to clear it out of their zone. And we've got 1 minute remaining. So a minute gone by here in the power play by the Raiders. Down the right side is Przinski. He gets broken up by Riley. Przinski will keep control of the puck. He'll skate it all the way to the far side, hits the brakes, falls down. Before that one is cleared out, the other Riley sends it up and over and all the way down to the other end for the Winhawks. They'll try to clear it. Dubek will try to clear it off the boards, but that one gets broken up. Przinski trying to get control of the puck. Geiger back there just hammering away at him. Chopping down a tree back there with his skate. Now he'll come back all the way through neutral ice, and they'll skate it all the way back into their own zone to waste a little bit of time here. Fires all the way down in the far corner. Kaiser will race down there again, pick it back up. Looking for something out front. Nothing there. Brocky with an opportunity, but that one was broken up by the defense. Now it goes back the other direction. There's a shot broken up by Frank. Back into that far corner. Brocky trying to get after it. Frank after it. Then it is the end of the power play, and they had an opportunity to break away. Munson. Frank with a chance, and now it'll come Geiger down front again. He shoots, and he scores on the recovery as they just come out of the break, and there was a pass across the middle. They were trying to hit Munson, but Kaiser picks it up in the dead zone, picks it up again, skates through the defense, and shot in the goal.
There it is. Yeah, the Winona bench was looking for a penalty call right before that play and didn't get it. Play goes down in the Winona end, and number 12, Cam Kaiser, scoring.
Boy, it doesn't take much. You just give him even a little bit of a sliver of an opening, and he will take advantage of it for sure from the Heritage Bank scoreboard. The Raiders on top of this one now, 4-0 as they lead here in the second period as we tick time away with 13:47 to go.
On your ready to go.
Pontal from the left circle. He'll fire one down. That one comes all the way back to the top of the circle. Olsen trying to keep it in. Now it's Cashin tries to dump it in. Olsen out front off the glove of the Dubek. That one pops right back at Pontal. Centering pass. That one's broken up by the defense. Finally, Winona tries to clear it. Down the left side they're going to go. That's Hagen. Hagen tries to dump it in all the way in behind the net, and they are successful. Munson will regroup. Full line change for the Winhawks. They got caught back behind the door there, so Munson will take it all the way down. There's a forecheck there as they try to take Munson off the puck, but the puck goes all the way back down into the Winhawk zone. In behind the net it goes. Out in front, sitting right out in front there. There was an opportunity there as the puck just stayed right in the middle of the crease before it is picked up by the Winhawks. They'll bounce it up in the air in through neutral ice. Cashin will chase it down. They're going to let it roll. That should be an icing call, but they didn't call it.
Yeah, he waved it off.
So they will just turn back around, and Mike talked about that, about giving up on a play like that. That's down the right side. Centering pass out front, Olsen. That one's broken up by Dubek out in front of the net. Back to the top to Riley. Riley, wrist shot. Nope, he's going to pass it all the way down in the circle. Sawyer can't control the puck, and he'll turn it over before it is picked up by the Raiders again. That one's taken off the puck. Round the puck it comes. Centering pass out there. Sawyer out front getting tangled up, beaten down out in front of the net before that puck goes all the way down to the other end. And we'll have an icing call with 12-12 to go.
Yeah, that was a sumo wrestling match going on in the blue paint there between number 8 for Winona and Sawyer for the Northfield Raiders. And tough break for Winona. They got a couple nice shots off their power play, and then Northfield comes back and scores.
So that puck comes loose off the draw. That one gets flicked into the Raiders bench. We'll turn right back around. We'll face off just to the left of Dubeck here again. Raiders now, they outshot them 16-1 there in that first period. They've outshot them, looks like 2-1 here in the second period with almost 5 minutes gone. 12:07 to go from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. The Raiders 4, Winona 0. Face off to the right circle for the Raiders, and they'll control it. That's going to come out to the top. Fossum fires one across the middle. Gabe Sawyer trying to get out in front. That one bounces all the way back to the far corner. Here comes Merritt down in there. Sawyer, Merritt out in front. Centering pass, fires Brocky, and that one's broken up with the stick by Dubeck, and he'll kick it off to the right. That puck will come all the way up over the top. Now down the right side lens. Trying to go up against Frank. Trying to fight for possession on the corner down there. That one's broken up. We got a match, another sumo match going on down here in the other corner. There's a centering pass out front. And what an opportunity right there was for Larson, but that one gets broken up by the Raiders. Cullen Merritt on a breaking Sawyer. Sawyer's going to dump it right back in. It's going to go all the way back down. Brocky's going to go in hot pursuit. Brocky, of course, high-speed runner, long-distance runner. Committed to D1 for track. Got a lot of good speed on the ice for the Raiders. Now, all 4 lines for that matter. 11:07 to go here in the second period. 4-0 in favor of the Raiders. Vogt tries to clear it. Geiger tries to get past him. Checked off the puck. That one's going to go all the way down into the corner. Winona off the glass, trying to get anything going. Tries to clear it from their zone before it's picked up right away by the Raiders. Back off the boards it goes, deflected in the neutral ice. There's a mistake. Geiger in through between the legs, and in he goes, and that was broken up by Dubeck. Now they'll turn around, fire it right back. There's a shot on goal for you. But,
yes.
That was a long-range shot on goal from in front of the net all the way back to Wallach there. Winter, cross the ice pass down the right side. Here he comes again. Fire, shot, deflected up and over, and to the near boards it comes. Winona trying to clear it out of their zone. Raiders just keep hammering them, just keep pounding it into the zone they go. Here's a coming around from behind the net looking for somebody out front. Nobody there. Kaiser tries to launch one towards the goal. Geiger with the recovery and a behind the back pass out front, goes right through the zone, fires, and there's a pass right out front. Goalie jumps on top of Dubeck, holds it back and smothers the puck. Again, the Raiders just buzzing all over here in the second period.
Yeah, controlling the play again in the offensive zone. The Winona's goalie, thankfully got a stop for the Windhawks. If you're a Windhawks fan, to get a line change there. Top line is buzzing.
They are definitely in need of a break there after that short. It was a tough 40 seconds, I'll tell you right now. Riley tries to control the puck off the draw, but it can't. It gets dumped all the way back into the neutral zone before the Windhawks pick it up. Centering pass across the middle he goes. Travis Timms all the way down, dumps it all the way into the far boards and behind the corner for Cronenbach. He's getting beat up by Olsen down there. 3 of the Raiders just bouncing all over these guys. Munson tries to clear it to the neutral zone. Puck gets picked up in their own zone as they try to pass into the neutral zone and just off the skate of Tim before Munson picks it up and dumps it into the neutral ice. Now down the right side. Centering pass. Munson with an opportunity. That one comes off his stick. That one tries to get a centering pass. That one's broken up out in front, and the Fossum will try to dump it down into the corner and does so before it is picked up there by Cashin. Windhawks try to clear the zone. They do a nice job. Tim trying to control the puck. He's 1-on-3. He's mismatched as they do a full line change. And all he could do is just try to hold it into the Northfield zone. Guess what? They're turning it right back around. They're bringing it right back in the other direction. Frank looking. Shot! Right on goal. Right out in front. Rebound. Out in front again. There's on the crease on there. Everyone's swatting at it. Puck's loose out in front. Still broken up. This time the Windhawks come clean with that one. And an opportunity, a leading pass out there for the Raiders before it's picked up. Fossum hits the brakes. Turns around into their own corner. Fighting for it down in the corner is Fossum. Fossum Fires all the way across ice. Winhawks will keep it in. Punches it back in as Poner. Raiders jam it loose into the neutral ice. Munson misses a pass and an opportunity to take it down through neutral ice before it's picked up by Fossum. He's taken off the puck into the near boards. Through neutral ice, Munson looking, skating towards the middle. Now, through into the zone. There's another check across the middle. Munson with the puck, centering pass out front. Nobody there. Goalie will cover it up, and Dubek will smother that one, and we'll have another face-off here, just I believe to the right of the net, with 7:54 to go here in the second period from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders on top, 4-0.
Dubek cleaning up the loose change in front of his net there. Boy, Cashin had a great opportunity a few seconds ago. Northfield really putting the pressure on.
Face-off to the left of Dubek, that is. That one's going to come loose. Raiders will try to control it before it's broken loose by the defense, and now it'll go through neutral zone. Poundtown tries to punch it up forward. Sawyer down the left side, looking. There's a nice little dump pass towards the goalie. Sawyer tries to get one out in front again. A little centering pass right on the glove of Dubek again out in front of the crease. 7:33 to go in favor of the Northfield Raiders.
24-2 shots. I think pretty indicative of how things are going here this afternoon. Northfield in control so far.
Definitely not as many shots, but then again, I think in the first period too, when you think about it, it was towards the latter end of that first period that they really started coming on and putting shots directly on the net. So even though they have outshot them basically 8-1 here, they're still dominating without a doubt. And they're going to go flying through the neutral zone. Down the right side they go. Around wraparound. That's just off the pad of Dubek. Another opportunity there for a wraparound. They'll send that one all the way down, and they'll get another icing call.
That was an effort at a Kirill Kaprizov special there, coming around the backside, and it almost worked. Dubek got his skater on there just in the nick of time. I think that was Vogt, wasn't it, that had that wraparound?
Nice break around the backside and was able to get his, I thought he beat him. I thought he was going to beat him, and Dubek literally just stuck his pad out there and got stuck in order to save that. So Raiders down the right side, they lead 4-0. There's a pass out in front of the Raiders zone. Puck goes all the way back across the ice in the neutral zone. They'll fire it right back up and right into their own box. And we got Bradley, look here, having a conversation here with one of the Winhawks over there in the corner. So again, a little conversation, hey, how you doing?
Asking for a restaurant recommendation.
Right, yeah. Let's go to the quarterback club, shall we? All right, that puck will come clean on the draw for the Raiders into their own zone. 6:44 to go here. Second period. Raiders on top, 4-0. That one's right through the skates of Geiger on the pass there as they try to center it through, but they'll try to clear it in the neutral zone. Now they got a breakaway, 2-on-1. It is down the right side. Shot! Up and over the top of the net, off the glass, out to the far boards it comes, and then to the top. Geiger will try to control it and keep it in for the Raiders. No offsides on that one. He'll skate it out, centering pass out in front of the crease. Can't get a stick on it of the Raiders. There's a firing pass all the way in neutral. Fossum will knock it right down and bring it right back into the zone, right between the legs. Tries to do it the second time. This time it doesn't work so much, and they'll do an icing call. So we talked about fatigue a little bit earlier, and I got to tell you, you watch them go off the ice, they're gassed.
They are gassed. Yeah, when you got to get an icing to get your team off the ice, that's a sign of it. Of course, in the NHL, you can't change off an icing, but you can in high school hockey.
6:04 to go, second period. Raiders 4, Winhawks 0 here from the Northfield Ice Arena. Fossum shot towards the goal, right out in front, and Dubek again able to control that puck out in front. So 5:55 to go in favor of the Raiders, 4-0. We will face off to the right of Dubek in the offensive zone for the Raiders. Olsen. Puck comes clean. They will control it. Fossum from the top left circle. He'll take a shot. Fired off the arm of Dubek. Kicks it out to the near boards. Raiders trying to keep control of the puck in the zone for Winona, excuse me. They'll fire it across the ice and try to get a break out there. Frank with a deciding check on Tim. Drops him right to the ground against the boards up against that penalty box. Raiders will come clean. Winner Down the left side. Fires across the middle for a breaking Olsen, and that one goes all the way to the far boards. Winona trying to clear it. Olsen will dump it all the way back in and ricochets all the way back to the near boards here as Winner tries to pick it up. He'll carry it around the side, and that'll go all the way to the far boards again. Olsen from the top. Geiger shot, wrist shot from the center, from the point. That one comes loose. Fossum tries to keep it in. People flying all over, and it looks like we do have a penalty coming up, and it looks like we're going to get a tripping call here at the 4:57 mark remaining in the second period. So the 12:03 mark, we got a penalty. There is a tripping penalty right there.
Yeah, it's like 43.
And that is Baker. So Baker, I mean, it's just a flurry out front. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's just, there's so
well, you're trying to protect your goalie as best you can.
And they'll face it off into the Winona end as the Raiders will control it. Second penalty of the evening. The power play for them. They were 0 for 1 on that first one. Got a couple of good shots on that first penalty play there in the first period. And they are, like I said, about a 34% conversion rate. That one's right into the hands of Dubek right out in front. So 1:38 to go here in the power play for the Northfield Raiders. Again, about a 35 percentile. So usually about 1 out of every 3 they convert on. And they were unsuccessful in that first period. So let's see how they shake out. And with their dominance so far, and Winona, like I said, you know, they look like they're getting a little bit tired out there.
There's definitely signs of it.
Olsen from that left circle, looking, drops it down in the corner, back to the circle, back to the point. Riley down to that circle. Oh, and that one's off the stick. Olsen, but it's right out in front now. Riley looking, wrist shot just to the left of the goalie. There's another shot deflected out in front. That one goes straight up out into the far circle. It goes. 4:10 to go, 1:12 to go in the power play for the Raiders. That one's broken up as it comes into the neutral zone. Now they'll dump it back in, and Cashin will take it down. The left side skates across the middle, but broken up by his own guy as Geiger was taken down across the crease. That's a centering pass right out in front. Geiger sitting right in the crease there. An opportunity broken up by the defense. Stick check there. And the Raiders again. There's a shot. Jack Cashin with his shot right off the back of the Windhawks defenseman. Looks like Linson there. Puck will come clean to the top of the circle. That one's broken up. There's a rebound opportunity. That one's broken up and just misses a great opportunity was Will Cashin from the left crease. And now they'll send it all the way back. They're going to do a full line change. 3:28 to go here in the period. 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, give Michael Dubek for Winona credit. He's standing pretty tall with an onslaught of Northfield shots and a lot of activity in his crease, too.
So that will be an offsides there as the Raiders try to make an advance on that one. And then we got 24 seconds remaining. And it looks like we got a little bit of offsides, so we'll have to face this one off again. So we've got, I just got done saying that, you know, relatively even there for, you know, eight shots to 1. And all of a sudden here, they just fired off like 8 shots in a row, just like nobody's business.
Looks like penalty's been called on number 14 for Northfield, Elliot Pontow.
So Pontow will go now to the penalty box on that one. I thought maybe it was offsides, but that they called Pontow for the penalty at the 13:40 mark for Pontow. 13:40. So he'll sit there for 2 minutes. 4-on-4 for the next 16 seconds here as the Raiders try to control the puck in their own zone, and they'll try to clear it out. Oh, and that one's broken up. Fossum tries to skate through a couple of defensemen. Can't do it. That one's a crash right into the puck. Right into the goalie it goes. Kaiser getting taken off by the goalie out in the own crease there. 2:52. Now it'll be shorthanded for the Raiders. Shot! That was deflected up and over the top of the net. In behind it goes to the near boards. Winona trying to control the puck. They'll dump it back into the corner. 2:41 to go. They've got 1:20 left in their power play here in the second period. There's a shot out front. Deflection broken up by Wallach. That was broken up out in front again before it's finally picked up by the Raiders. Kaiser with it. Skates it out of their zone and down in through the neutral zone into the Winona end. Great break up there by Kaiser to help save that one as Wallach was completely out of the net and defenseless out in front before Kaiser was able to pick that one up and clear it into the zone. Here comes Winona. They'll try to skate into their Northfield zone as they go into the far circle. Riley with a good check. Just keep checking at it. I was waiting for some sort of a holding there, a roughing penalty, but that one will be waved off. Puck comes in behind the net for the Raiders. Winona trying to give a little gas here. They got something left. This is a shot off the pad. Wallach comes all the way out. Merritt picks it up. Tries to clear it through. Into neutral ice it goes. 26 seconds remaining on the penalty play. On the power play for Winona. 1:41 to go from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders on top 4-0 as we wind down here in the second period. Winona will dump it in to the Raiders zone. Sends all the way back. They'll do a quick line change. Caroms it all the way across to the top, but that one gets loose of the defense, and they'll have to regroup with just 3 seconds to go in the power play. 1 second left. We're at full strength. Both teams at full strength here with 1:17 to go. Second period. Raiders on top, 4-0 as the puck rolls in behind the net. That one hits the side of the glass and pops out in front. An opportunity spoiled by Winona there as the Raiders will clear it and all the way back into the Winona end. 1 minute remaining here in the second period, and they'll dump it all the way back in. Olsen with a forecheck there in their own zone. It's getting kind of crazy down here. Munson getting after it. A lot of people poking and sticking and jumping and getting after each other. Down the right side, there's a centering pass across the middle as Munson breaks towards the crease, but that one's broken up all the way into the near boards. Puck comes loose. Down in the corner it goes. Pass. Olsen out front. Winona looking, trying to do something, looking for it. Somebody to clear it, somebody to do something, and that's Curtin. Curtin sends it into the Northfield zone. That one's going to be a dump pass. You'd think that this was the end of the contest. It was tied up or something. My goodness, the speed and energy that is going on here in the last seconds of the second period. Cashin down the left side, in behind the boards. He'll dump it all the way in behind. Centering pass to Munson out front. Can't find anything. He'll take control of it into this left circle, looking for something across the middle. That one's broken up. Winona trying to hold on, just trying to keep the Raiders away from them long enough to get through the second period, and that will wrap it up as Mason Wadowitz skates it out of there and prevents the Raiders from putting any more points on the board. And that is the end of our second period here for the Northfield Ice Arena. What a fun one that one was, as the Raiders from your Heritage Bank scoreboard on top of this one 4-0. We're going to take a break. We got an intermission coming up, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about what's going on here in the first couple of periods, and then we'll get to our third period coming up here very, very shortly. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 The One, KYMN, and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Of us would love an extra flexible way to earn money. Benjamin Bus and Northfield Lines have many driving positions available, including vans that won't require a CDL, small and regular sized school buses, and motor coaches. These positions offer flexible hours, days off when kids are out of school. You can even bring your kids to work with you. Benjamin Bus and Northfield Lines offer on-site training and testing along with wages up to $21 an hour. No experience necessary. Stop by Benjamin Bus on Highway 3 in Northfield and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
It was too many.
At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. It's time to get outdoors. Ice fishing, skiing, snowmobiling, but this year, end the foggy glasses and dried out contacts. Give yourself the gift of LASIK. At Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, all laser, all wavefront LASIK, all the time.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bruss, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
Locally owned and operated, Professional Pride Realty specializes in residential, commercial, and agricultural property. Search the entire multiple listing service at professionalpriderealty.com or call us at 507-663-1100.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call the professionals at Service Master by Hyatt. Service Master has been an industry leader for more than 20 years and have proven cleaning products to remove even the toughest stains and get the winter weather out of your carpets and floors. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. When you're in need of cleaning, demand the yellow van and call Service Master by Hyatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master. The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall with all of your mailing and printing needs. We can pack it up, ship it out, and get it down the road. Fabricate a sign or a banner. We work hard to know our products. We can find what works for you and set you up with everything you need. The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall, offering solutions for you.
And welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. How are you doing? Hey, look, we got a great contest here. And, of course, Gordon Moore joining me on color here this afternoon and enjoying a fun afternoon. It's pretty much been all dominant. It's been the Raiders without a doubt. And it looked like we were talking, they were getting gas. It looked like Winona was trying to, just trying to stay physical with them and whatnot. And about 5 minutes left in that period, it looks like they were kind of getting gassed. And then all of a sudden they got on the power play, and boy, it's just like they just got rejuvenated.
Yeah, you saw some activity there. Just to clarify, that was a too many men on the ice penalty for the Raiders, and so we saw some shots on goal from Winona. They showed some spark there. Weren't able to cash in. The Raider defense stood tall. Overall, though, it was another period more or less controlled by Northfield. 16-5 are the shots that I've got, and I think after 32-6. Winona's goalie's playing very well. He's getting a lot of practice, and there's just a lot of loose pucks around with people whacking at that. But 4-0. Frankly, the score could be worse. The kids playing really well for Winona. Northfield started to work in some of their younger kids into the game, and I would expect you'd see that as the third period continues.
They do lead the contest 4-0. I'm not sure at what point they will probably if they get to 6, I'm sure it'll be running clock. But even right now, I think it'll all determine on how the dominance takes over. If they're out shooting them 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, and the referee's just looking at this like, yeah, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you got to play the third period yet. I'm not trying to take Winona out of the
Absolutely
play.
Absolutely not.
This is high school, and high school kids are full of spirit, and they're going to get in that locker room, and who knows? Somebody's going to get them fired up. Something's going to happen. They might come back out and surprise us.
If they get a goal, suddenly there's some momentum. There's some signs of life. But, yeah, at the end of that period, Jimmy, they were really trying to get to the period break. You could tell. I mean, they were on their back foot. It was really clear they were, exhausted, frankly. And the Northfield first two lines are just putting on a ton of pressure. Winona is game. They're playing hard. They're not cheap. They're playing as well as they can under the circumstances. But Northfield's just deeper. You can tell they just have more experience and deeper, and that's showing. We'll see what happens in the third period here. I hope it stays clean. I hope it stays competitive, and it is entertaining, as you indicated. It's been kind of wild and wide open at times.
It is, and Kaiser's the guy that's been giving this spark like that. You give him a break, he gets through, and in the first period he broke through the defense and scored on an assisted goal there. And then again here in the second period, he was the only one to put anything in. But at the 3:01 mark, it was very similar, where he got in behind the defense a little bit, and you just give him just a sliver of any opportunity.
Yes,
and he'll usually try to put it somewhere close to the net, if not through, and pass the goalie.
He's got excellent hands. He's very quick. The puck on his stick near the goal is not a good thing for the defense, for the other side at least, and that was shown tonight. Kaiser's played quite well. I'm impressed with the balance of the Raiders, though. They've got a lot of kids that are playing well tonight, and considering there were 3 shutout periods against Mankato West, 2 here, it's 5 in a row. The coach has got to be pretty happy about that if you're looking at the defensive side of things.
I still think they need to kind of keep things clean. Camden Munson got caught at the .50 mark for the 2-minute penalty. So started the second period, boom, quick penalty, and into the power play they go for Winona, but Raiders able to keep them out of the net, which is good. And then, they had that advantage there at the power play in the second, and then they coughed one up, like you said, delay a game. So they were trying to get off the ice, get on the ice. They end up with a delay a game, and then, of course, again, Pontow has to sit the 2-minute penalty. So a great opportunity for the Raiders there, and they kind of, I don't even know whose fault that is, if that's a coach's call for not getting them on, getting them off, or what the deal is, but that one's kind of a mental error.
Yeah, I think somebody probably touched the puck that was not supposed to be touching the puck in that circumstance, coming on or off the ice, and Pontos sat for that period. But that was really the one time during the period where you did see Winona showing some signs of, some offensive life. And we'll see if they can build on that. I think if you're Northfield, the moral of the story is stay out of the box. I think 5-on-5, there's no question in my mind that they're the stronger team here. It's just a question of whether you're going to give them those extra opportunities, and let's hope that doesn't happen.
And we talk about the fact that they did start some of those. They started bringing more of the third and fourth lines, and maybe even some of these other youngsters off the bench, which is great. Great for experience, great for opportunity. Their lines are fairly solid, so that'll be good. However, with that does come, again, some emotional insecurities, maybe some things. You're going to try a little harder. Hey, I'm on the ice. I get to play. I'm going to try a little bit harder, and maybe you get a little overzealous.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're in the penalty situation.
You want ice time, so what do? You go out, you try to earn more ice time by doing something that everybody notices, and hopefully it's positive.
Positive, yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah. No penalties.
No penalties. Shot. But, yeah, it was some good, clean checking. Frank had a really, really good kind of hip check right against the penalty box there. That was totally clean. That was a totally clean check. So, Northfield's, I think, sent a message here. I think this is, if they can get it to 6, like you said, it gets into run time, and then, maybe at that point in time you take the foot off the gas pedal.
A little bit, indeed.
But they're not there yet. You're right. I mean, 4-0, I've seen weird things happen.
Oh, well, okay. We've watched the Raiders with a 4-1 lead lose the contest 5-4. We've seen it. It's happened.
Yes.
So we're not taking anything away from Winona at all. If they come out in the third period and score right away and then make a defensive stand against them, anything is possible.
Right. Well, I give Winona a lot of credit in one stance. Sometimes when a game is a mismatch, you can see teams resort to, frankly, less than sportsmanlike behavior.
Right.
And I'm not seeing any of that from Winona. They're playing hard, they're playing physical, but I'm not seeing anything cheap, chippy, and that's good. They're well coached, and some days it's just not your day, and it shouldn't be an excuse to go out and turn into the goon squad or something, and they're not doing that. And so let's just hope it stays clean. Obviously, for Northfield, you're building something to the sections. You want to keep players healthy. You want to keep them eligible. You don't need game misconducts and that sort of stuff. So I think look for that third and fourth line to play a lot this period.
Well, there you have it from the Heritage Bank scoreboard. The Raiders on top 4-0. We're in intermission 2. We're going to period number 3. We'll come back here in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 KYMN and streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com.
For the next snowstorm, get your vehicle ready for winter now. Valley Auto House is a full automotive repair shop, collision center, and AAA towing facility. We service all makes and models, from full-size diesel trucks to passenger cars. Serving the people of Northfield is our #1 goal. We do that by offering quick repairs, fair prices, and efficient communication from the time you walk in the door to when we hand you back your keys. Go Raiders from all of us at Valley Auto House, located on Highway 3 South in Northfield. Open 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and find us at valleyautohouse.net.
I'm Marty Benson, the Commercial and Ag Banking Manager at Community Resource Bank. We offer unprecedented experience with the ability to make decisions locally for your business, ag purchase, or expansion. Come talk with us. Interest rates are still low, and we can offer some fantastic products. The coffee pot is always on, or visit us at crb.bank. Community Resource Bank in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group of Northfield, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered the Northfield area for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Bo Hoyam, and their staff, go Raiders.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
The Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club, off Highway 3 in Northfield. Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time. Happy holidays from all of us at Northfield Live.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by Ayatt's janitorial services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster by Ayatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
And we're back at the Northfield Ice Arena. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. 4-0. Raiders in top of this one here as we approach our third period here. Kind of got things off and running early in the first period as the Raiders went up 3-0 and then scored the fourth one in the second period. Of course, Camden Kaiser with the first, his 21st and 22nd goal of the season. He scored 2 here this afternoon, along with Braden Olson with 1 and Will Cashin with 1 off a nice deflection there in the first period. So we'll get this third period underway, and it'll all depend on how the first couple of minutes goes to make a determination as to whether or not this clock will continue to run. So we'll see what Winona has up their sleeve here as they start off the third period as the Raiders control the puck at neutral ice, and they will break hard down to the right. So they'll skate from left to right here in the third period in their white and gold uniforms. Raiders will control it in the Winona zone. Munson trying to keep it in. Winona trying to do anything just to try to get control of the puck to try to clear it. Tries a forwarding pass up there to Comer, but that one's broken up by the Raiders as well. So Frank can come with it out of the top and fire it across the circle. Shot towards the goal into the Dubek's net, hand into his glove, and that will just give us another stoppage of time. So 16:27 remaining.
You know, the Raiders rocking this kind of retro U of M jersey look. It'll be interesting to see if this gets brought out again. They seem pretty successful so far in this combo.
It's a nice clean look,
yes,
indeed. Puck comes right through the crease off the face-off, but Winona will try to pick it up, and they'll take it in behind the own boards as Cronenberg tries to control it, but that one gets broken up by Munson. He'll drop it off, centering pass out in front. Broken up by Dubek, but it just lands right in behind before they are able to clear it all the way down. Referees are going to call the icing, and they'll bring it all the way back to the other zone. So we don't even have a minute gone. 53 seconds gone here in the third period. Raiders on top of this one, 4-0. We'll have an icing call, and we will face off to the left of Dubek in his own zone.
2 good shots down there to start the period. Again, good sustained offensive pressure by the Raiders.
And that puck will be controlled by Winona. But it's held in as they try to clear the zone. Can't do it. It's held in by the Raiders. They'll dump it all the way back down. Winner in hot pursuit. Into the corner he goes. Takes down one of the players. Now they trip all over the top of each other. And that one's coming off the back of the jersey there of Winona as they try to bounce one off the glass to try to clear the zone. Can't do it. It will get dumped all the way back in. Taken off the stick of Winter. Back to the top as they try to clear it. Fires all the way across the other side of the arena. Larson tries to clear it out. Raiders will pick it up in the neutral zone. Picked up by the Raiders. Riley pushes it forward to Kaiser. That one gets off his stick and into the zone it goes. They try to clear it. Kaiser will intercept it with a glove save. Fires across the middle. That one's no good. Kaiser tries to control it in from behind the boards. Picked up by Winner on the far side. Puck goes down to Kaiser in the corner. He'll skate it across, in through the circle. Top deflected in behind the goal. That one pops right out in front. Kaiser picks it up. Centering pass out front. The only one out there is the defense for Winona. And he'll skate it all the way down into the Northfield zone before it's intercepted down there. But Wadowitz keeping it in as he tries to find something out front. Can't do it. There's a firing shot across the bow. That one goes far to the left. Puck comes clean into the neutral ice. Winona trying to get something going offensively. There's a nice check right there by Geiger as he takes him off his stick there. 14:27 to go here. Third period. Raiders on top, 4-0. Outshooting him 34-6. Forwarding pass up to Kaiser off the backboard. He'll come back, retreat, gather control of it. He'll take it and skate it all the way around in behind the net before it's broken up. Tries to dump a backwards pass out in front. That one gets broken up as they take a swat at it and they send it all the way back into the Raider zone, and they'll turn around and call him for icing with 14:10 to go.
You know, Cam Kaiser continues to show us his skill, but he also showed us some real unselfishness a few minutes ago with that pass to Geiger right out in front of the net. He's definitely a playmaker.
So they'll face off in the far end here in Winona's zone as the puck comes clean. Someone's trying to get control of it. Raiders looking to get control of it. Can't really get a stick on it. It's just kind of flailing all the way in behind the net, all the way to the top. There's a shot towards the goal. That one's broken up, and right off the ankle, it looks like, of the defender. That puck gets deflected all the way back in behind the goal. There's another shot towards there as Sawyer sends one up and over the top. That one's off the glass, and that one's going to get banked all the way down. And they'll call him for icing again with 13:37 to go here in the third period as the Raiders lead 4-0.
Yeah, Winona's unfortunately having to resort to icing the puck to get line changes. It's pretty clear.
So with the third period underway here, again, the Raiders out shooting them 34-6, definitely in command here. And Winona gave it a good first and second period effort, and now they're trying to give it all they got here in the third period. But like we talked at the beginning, they don't have quite as much depth as the Raiders do, so the Raiders are able to save a couple of guys up, and there's a turnover almost in their own zone as Fossum loses it off the stick. The puck will go all the way across as Merritt breaks down the right-hand side. The puck towards the goalie, and he'll cover it up and will face off again in Winona's end. 13:13 to go, and the refs are going to give them all an opportunity to switch up the lines here, get some full line changes going here. So we got 13:13 remaining in the third as we go to face off. Olsen controls the puck, top of the circle. Now to the near circle. Riley, point, shot on goal off the pad of the goalie Dubek. That one's going to scoot all the way into the near corner. Winona fires it across. That just creams all the way to the far boards before the Raiders try to take control of it again, and they'll dump it back into the corner. Both of them chasing after it. Olsen digging for it in the corner. Winona with a centering pass. Down the left side they go, just off the stick of Koner as it goes all the way back into the neutral zone, and in all the way through the neutral zone into the Raider zone. They'll push it back into neutral ice before that one is broken up by Riley. Olsen picks it up through neutral ice. He gets taken off his skates. We got a penalty coming here. Looks like Dallenberg.
Interference.
Interference for Dallenberg. So Then we're going to go to the penalty box with 12:28 to go at the 5:32 mark. We have a 2-minute penalty, and the Raiders will be on the power play. So again, at the 4:32 mark, we got an interference call for two minutes for interference. They'll face off in Winona's zone, just to the right of the goalie. Comes clean to Frank. Frank to Fossum. Fossum to Frank. Down into the corner it goes. Munson skates it into the crease. Dubek can close it right off right then and there. And we'll face off again in the Winona zone. 12:16 to go here. Minute 49 remaining in the power play for the Raiders. They have yet to score on a power play this afternoon. Everything's been 5-on-5 thus far. This is their third opportunity in a full power play to try and put one in the net for the Raiders, who have, like I said, the odds are in their favor, as they are usually a 1 out of 3. And that one's just off the pipe by Frank. So there was their opportunity. That must be the .3 part of the 33. And now all the way to the circle. Fossum out in front. He shoots and he scores. It looks like they got it.
Yes.
They are going to give him the score. That is going to be a power play goal for the Raiders. So from the right circle, fires and a rebound. Looks like it's Jake Geiger at the 5:09 mark of the third period.
Nice passing combination right after Frank ringed one off the left crossbar. Northfield kept the puck in the zone. Good passing combination and found its way in the net.
So we'll face off at center ice as the Raiders take a lead. 5-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. They'll control the puck off the face-off at neutral ice. That puck will get deflected up into the net. And we'll face off again just to the right of the goalie here. 11:44 remaining, third period. Raiders on top, 5-0, out shooting the Herkies 37-6. Face off to the right of Zubek. Controlled by the Raiders. They'll try to hold it in before it comes loose. Vogt can't keep it on a stick. He'll go all the way back in the neutral ice. Forwarding pass for that one, broken up. Geiger with it in control, tries to forward pass that one. Into the zone it goes for Winona. Winona trying to regroup here. In the far corner, trying to hold control of the puck, can't do it. Raiders will dump it right back in, keep it right in. Puck goes in behind the net. There's a centering pass right off the top of the pad of Dubek. Now we've got Bradley out there skating out in here in the third period. Vogt fires that shot right off the back. It looked like a Vail, John Vail, number 8, right off his back. So the Raiders will clear this one. That'll be Wallach will fire it all the way into the Winona zone before Winona tries to come clean with it. Bradley tries to skate it back down into the corner. Winona with the puck. Turnover. Munson in behind the net, centering pass. Also the shot. That one's out front. That was deflected by Dubek. That one comes loose. Now Winona tries to clear into the neutral zone. They'll send it all the way back in and they go. Larson in hot pursuit. Along well with Comer. Both of them trying to get a control of the puck. Can't do it. Raiders come clean with it. Olsen will take it. He'll go 1-on-2 into the zone, and he gets taken off his skates next to the player's box down there. Centering pass out front. That one gets broken up. Munson trying to get a stick on it. Can't do it. Raiders still in control of the puck. Time ticking away. 10:13 to go. 5-0 is your score in favor of the Raiders. Boom! Shot. Munson with a shot tries to go top shelf, and that one just goes to the left of the net, and that one will go up and over. Raiders will let it go, and they're going to call an icing play. Wallach with an opportunity to wave that one off, but chooses to take the icing call instead.
I think we're starting to see some substitutions here for the Raiders. I saw number 21 on the ice for the Raiders, and don't have that on the official list of. Maybe you've got that one, Jimmy.
Yeah, Kennelly. Frank with the puck at the top of the circle. He's going to fire on it, breaking it. Oh, and that one's off. Fossum breaking hard to the left of that left slot right there, but he can't quite pull the trigger on that one. Frank will take it all the way back into the neutral zone and all the way into the Raiders zone. 9:42 to go. Third period. Raiders 5, Winona 0. Looking for the shutout this afternoon. That puck's going to go up and out. I think it's going to catch somebody over there in the player's box, so we should have a face-off here in neutral ice. 9:36 to go. Neutral ice it is. Brackey facing off. Can't control it. Looks like that one's going to go back in the player box. So we'll face off again here. Now they're going to take it all the way down to the left of Wallach, deep in the Northfield zone. 9:33 to go, third period. Raiders on top. They'll try to clear it. Wins the draw. Karam's all the way off to the near boards. Merritt dump past the Brackey. He'll go down the right side. Looking for something across the middle. There's a shot towards the goal. That was deflected out all the way to the top. Frank, right circle. Boom, shot. Broken up by the defense. Down in the corner it goes. Back to Frank at the top. All the way across. Shot towards the goal. That one's far to the left of the goalie. That one comes loose into the neutral zone. All the way back goes Frank. He'll pick up the puck. Forward pass to Merritt. Merritt taking off the stick there. Puck will come loose. Merritt still recovers down in the corner. He'll take it in behind the net. Still in control. Looking for something out in front. Merritt turns around, goes the other way. Sends it all the way across. Centering pass out front. That one's broken up finally by Vale. Vale tries to clear it. Puck goes into neutral ice. 8:42 to go in favor of the Raiders. Fossum skates down the right-hand side. Gets past the first defender before the second one takes him off the stick. Now it'll be Merritt picking it up in the neutral zone. Fires it all the way across. And Winter coming off the bench out there. And he gets checked into the boards. Puck comes all the way clean into the near boards. Up, and Kaiser slipped and fell. Had a shot over the top of the circle there. He'll turn around, come through neutral ice. They'll try to defend the best that they can as Dellenberg tries to clear something, get it out of there. Boat tries to dump it right back in, and they recover, get back on sides here. And there's Winter with a nice shot against the boards down in the Winona end. That puck comes clean. And the Raiders try to hold it in before we got a breaking down the right-hand side. Looks like Lenz. He tries to find a centering pass somewhere. He's got it under control. He's their top scorer. He's trying to make something happen down in the Northfield zone. That one's broken up by the Raiders. Winter picks it up. He'll take it down the left side. Far pass across the right-hand side. Kaiser. And he'll take it around the front of the net, but it's broken up on the backhand. Usually, Kaiser from that right side, he likes to snipe it with a quick wrist shot, but that one he took all the way in as a backhand, and that one gets broken up by Dubek, and into the net it goes.
Yeah, he cut across the crease there and almost snuck that in. How about the strong play a few minutes ago from Cullen Merritt down in the offensive zone, showing some real good puck possession. Nice effort by 19 for the Raiders.
And the Raiders will control the face-off. Dump down all the way into the corner. 7:24 to go. 5-0 in favor of the Raiders. Running clock does not begin. Geiger with a centering pass out front, and then there's out in front. Winter with a shot, and that one got broken up just at the very end by the goalie. So Kaiser set him up real nice. There's a turnover there, but Winona unable to capitalize on that one as Winter will dump it all the way back into the neutral zone. Riley straight up the middle. He'll fire it right towards the goal. Winter will chase after it. He'll come around to the near boards. Kaiser sends it up to Riley. Riley with the wrist shot into the Dubek as the Raiders try to break one across the middle to try and get a tip, but they're right into the glove of Dubek.
Yeah, they're really working him. Glove down, 39-6 the shots right now in favor of Northfield. Indicative of the pace of play here. As you said, we're still not in running time, though, with 6:46 left in the game.
Well, Winona has not got a shot yet on goal. There's a one out in front of the middle there. Oh, he's right out in front. He shoots, he scores!
21.
On the rebound. Yes, indeed. Griffin Kennelly able to port one through. And so at the 10:22 mark, we got another one of the Raiders on the scoreboard. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, Raiders now on top. 6-0 with 6:38 to go, third period.
Nice rebound effort there. Just whacked it right in from the goalie's left side. Not much that goalie could do about that.
So again, a lot of concentration out in front and a lot of goals getting slapped at up there up front. And Dubek doing what he can to try to get in control of it. That one, I think he kind of lost control where the puck was. It came loose to his left, and Kennelly was able to get in there and score that goal. And I'm trying to look at what his season totals have been thus far.
Here we got a penalty coming. I hope Munson's okay.
So Kennelly, that's his first goal of the season. He's got 3 assists and a 4th point. And on the ice is a Raider, and he is trying to get up, and he is down on the ice. That's going to be a penalty against, looks like number 36, Max Uribe. And the clock continues to now run. So with 10 and a half minutes back, there'll be a penalty for 2 minutes against Uribe. It looks like they're sending a double. This one could be maybe. There's a double penalty here as it continues to run.
Yeah.
So,
the best thing was to see Caden Monson skating off the ice because he was down for a little bit there. That was a big hit.
Puck will come clean as the Raiders will now control the puck. They should have a 5-on-3 advantage. They're already on top 6-0. Let's see if they try to score. There's a shot. Fossum. Hey, why not? They're on the power play. Let's take advantage of it. It is in a running clock now. The clock has gone to running time. There will be no more stoppage of plays, regardless of penalty and or otherwise. The clock will continue. There's a shot from Kaiser from that left circle, and he just whiffs and misses it. Kind of setting himself up over there, but he's not able to get a stick on it at all. Nice lead pass by Geiger. And we are just under 5 minutes. As I said, the clock will continue to run here from the Northfield Ice Arena. They are on the power play, 2-man advantage. Frank will take it from the top. Geiger will try to control it, but then he loses it off his stick. They'll fire it all the way back down to Wallach down in his zone. Frank will pick it up. Fossum, Frank, Geiger on the run. And here they come down the left side. Frank looking for a shot opportunity. Centering pass. Nope, he'll skate it all the way back to the top of the near circle. Broken up by Winona as they send it and fire it all the way back into the Northfield end. Northfield will pick it up. They'll skate it through. Forwarding pass to Kaiser down the right side. Dump pass. Geiger. Centering pass out in front. Broken up by the defense. There's a shot towards the net. They'll recover on that one. Centering pass here. Fossum looking. Another centering pass across the middle. Geiger on the rebound. And Geiger will now score at the 13-minute mark to put them up 7-0. So Geiger with a rebound shot out in front there to put them up 7-0.
Yeah, and that'll be a power play goal, I think.
It is.
Yes.
Definitely got that one. So there's his third goal of the contest. There's 7th shot and 7th goal here on the night. And it looks like they gave that one to Geiger out in front. So that's his 16th and 17th goal, I should say, of the season, and his 34th point of the season. So he ties up Kaiser as far as point contributions here this evening. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go, third period. Raiders on top. That one hits the top of the backboard there, and it'll. I think they're just going to call that as a stoppage of play. Now the referee's having a conversation, and then the longer they talk, of course, the more the clock ticks away. So they will have it won't be a stoppage of play, but they'll face off to the left of Wallach here. 45 shots in favor of the Raiders to just 6 for Winona. So Wallach's only had to fight off 6 shots, and he's looking for another shutout for himself. That one goes up into the banners.
Yes.
And they'll tie that up as an interference, not an interference, but just kind of out of play. So they'll face off to the right of Dubeck here.
2:22 left in the contest with run time here.
Both teams at full strength now as they lead 7-0. Winner will dump it all the way back in behind the net. Finally picked up by Doherty. Doherty tries to clear it for Winona. Can't do it. There's another penalty there.
Yep.
I think that's coming to Hagen. It should be a penalty there. Stick to the chin.
Yep.
So that would be a penalty at the 15-minute mark. And there's another penalty. So now we were talking about we want to keep this thing clean and keep everything going well. Just seems the last couple of penalties there have been some very, very heavy-duty checking and some, kind of just some frustration, I think, by Winona.
Absolutely. The last 3 penalties are clearly frustration.
Raiders will face off in the Winona zone. That puck is just a shot across the bow there again. That one gets deflected off the stick of Dubeck. That puck will fly up all the way into the net. They'll bring it back out to the circle. Raiders in the Winona end as the clock continues to tick. Puck will come clean. Winona will control the draw. They'll send it all the way back to the other end of the ice. Vogt in hot pursuit. He'll pick it up, turn around, bring it back the other direction, and we've got 1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the third period. There's a turnover by the Raiders, but it goes all the way back the other direction. And there's a mistake down there by Pontow just a little bit. That one's going to go right out in front. And there was kind of that was one of those letdown plays where you just kind of, you're letting the clock run down. You might have got a little bit, a little lazy.
That almost ended the shutout there. Fortunately, Raiders were able to cover that puck.
And we'll see if we'll even get a final face-off here. 30 seconds remaining. Here it is. There's the face-off. That one's fired right across to Wallach as he kicks it to his right. Puck will come over to the top circle. That one comes out of the zone, so they're going to have to regroup as they try to dump it back in. Intercepted by Vogt down the right side. He's not done yet. 16 seconds left to go here in the contest. Are they looking for the magic number 8? Up, he's just going to skate it around. Olsen looking, shot on the goal out in front, and that one's broken up. Dubek with a save, and that is going to end this contest as the clock will continue to run, and the Raiders win this one 7-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders win. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about tonight's decisive victory as the Raiders win 7-0. You're listening to Raider Hockey on KYMN and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Financing a house is about more than a mortgage, it's about creating a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, buying your forever home, looking to take advantage of today's great refinance rates, or finally getting to those home improvements, Hometown Credit Union's wide variety of home loan options and highly competitive rates can help make your house, well, a home. Learn more and apply online at hometowncu.coop. Equal housing lender.
Locally owned and operated, Professional Pride Realty specializes in residential, commercial, and agricultural property. Search the entire multiple listing service at professionalpriderealty.com or call us at 507-663-1100.
Now may be the right time for you or a loved one to consider joining Northfield Retirement Community. Leave behind the worry of home maintenance and repairs to join a supportive community welcoming you to your new home. NRC has a variety of housing options to enjoy with your own furnishings and available options of in-home personal care services. Reach out to our caring and compassionate staff when you're ready for a visit, or review all of our living options at northfieldretirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community, innovation, choice, tradition.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. It's time to get outdoors. Ice fishing, skiing, snowmobiling, but this year, end the foggy glasses and dried out contacts. Give yourself the gift of LASIK. At Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, all laser, all wavefront LASIK, all the time.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call the professionals at Service Master by Hyatt. Service Master has been an industry leader for more than 20 years and have proven cleaning products to remove even the toughest stains and get the winter weather out of your carpets and floors. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. When you're in need of cleaning, demand the yellow van and call Service Master by Hyatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group of Northfield, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered the Northfield area for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Kraby, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Bo Hoyam, and their staff, go Raiders.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
And welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matt in a preview game of the Northfield Raiders Big Nine Conference showdown against Winona. The Windhawks, the Herkies of Winona, as the Raiders take them down 7-0 in a very decisive contest, outshooting them 47-6 here this afternoon. 15 shots on goal in the third period, nothing for Winona. So they really shut them down there in that third period.
Yeah, they did. It got a little sloppy at the end, a little bit of garbage time stuff going on out there, some frustration on Winona's side. But this was a very workmanlike, businesslike effort for the Raiders. They took care of business. 2 straight shutouts after 2 disappointing losses. So the coach has to feel real good about that. Hopefully Munson, he skated off and was in the handshake line, so he got crunched pretty good, but hopefully he'll be fine for the next game. And, I think overall, nice balance, good effort, nice win.
Got to be happy about the fact that they only had 2 penalties on the Raiders for that. One of them was the delay of game, so not really sure how that one came out because we had too many people on the ice at the time, and that could be a combination of several different things. Maybe somebody not getting off, somebody not getting on, maybe, who knows. It could have been a coach decision. It could have been something. But actually, one penalty, they had one bad penalty there in the second period is Munson actually with the only penalty there of the contest. So when you play a nice, clean game, you win a nice, clean game.
Yes, absolutely.
So they had 6 penalties for Winona, and 4 of them coming in that third period. And again, I think it got to them. And they're just, they're tired, they're frustrated, and
they're getting outplayed. Their goalie's getting peppered, and there were a couple penalties. You could see the officials the voices were getting raised. I think the message was trying to be sent to the kids to back off. But it was a one-sided affair, and coming into this game, you knew Northfield had more depth. I mean, the 8 kids with over double-digit points, Winona 3, and you figured that was going to have a big effect on the end of the game, and it did. Nice win, business-like effort, off to Mankato East for the next game, and hopefully they can keep the streak going.
Absolutely. So let's recap the scoring here this evening. In that first period, it was Will Cashin on a nice deflection there early on into the contest there to put him up 1-0 at the 7:12 mark. So, part of the nuance is getting, trying to figure out your opponent there. So it took him about 7 minutes to figure it out. And then at the 10:23, it was Braden Olson putting in the second goal for the Raiders, and then Geiger capping things off at the 15:58 mark. So just a minute to go in that first period, he was able to capitalize there for the Raiders and put them up 3-0 going into the first intermission. They came out. It was a penalty right away on Caden Munson, but Winona was unable to capitalize on that opportunity. And then at the 3:01 mark, Camden Kaiser again with another goal as they put him up 4-0. And of course, Kaiser scoring his 22nd goal this season and his 34th point on the season. And that was it for the second period as they outshot him 16-5 there in that second period. And Winona tried to give them some sort of a battle, some sort of a contest. And like I said, we got it into the third period. Pretty much kind of, you came out, and again, those first few minutes there, Winona was trying to get back in the game, trying to do something. And it was at the 5:09 mark that Jake Geiger capitalizes on a goal. So they put them up 5-0. And then, you still got 5 minutes in between there. And then it's just like everything started to fall. Griffin Kennelly scoring his first goal of the season, his 4th goal of the point, puts him up 6-0. And then capitalizing at the 13-minute mark, Jake Geiger putting home the 7th goal for the Raiders. And, of course, Geiger, like I said, now he's got 19 goals and 34 points on the season as well. So overall point reference, he's tied with Kaiser as far as points on the season. But, again, those two guys kind of go hand in hand. Him between Munson, Geiger, and Kaiser, they're on that first line. They all work well together. As one goes, so does the other.
High-octane offense from that line all night. All afternoon, they were clearly dominating. If we were awarding stars of the game, probably all 3 of those guys would be on that list. But let's not forget we had some excellent defensive play tonight too with that shutout. I really was impressed by, Frank, Fossum, Winter. I mean, these guys really moved the puck well. They kept their clean sheet, I guess, in a soccer term, but 2 in a row for the goalie, 2 shutouts in a row in the Big Nine. That's nothing to sneeze at. So, and that's what's going to take you through the sections is defense. I mean, they've got the offense, but as you point out, the question is, can we tighten up the defense when we have to? And obviously, the Raiders are a superior team to the Windhawks, no question about that, but they came out and they did what they had to do.
Absolutely. Don't forget to join us here on Northfield Live. Tuesday night, we have boys basketball versus Rochester John Marshall, and then girls hockey versus Mankato East. Both of them will be available here on NorthfieldLive.com, and you can catch them both. So whether you like basketball or you like hockey, either one, whatever your pleasure. You can join us here on NorthfieldLive.com. And a full schedule, you can find out when we're going to be broadcasting on NorthfieldLive.com. Just go there, check on the schedule, and see what's going on. We'll also be broadcasting that girls hockey game here on 95.1 The One. Don't forget that, KYMN. So for all you radio listeners out there, we want to thank you for joining us. And, of course, all you viewers here this afternoon. Gordon Moore, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It was fun to have you on the program this afternoon.
Pleasure to sit in for AJ today, Jimmy. A lot of fun. It's fun to watch a team that's ranked in the top 10 in the state play hockey, and they're peaking. Let's hope they can continue to do that moving into the end. They're still fighting for the conference. I mean, this thing is not done yet. They got Mayo coming back here, I think next Friday, if I'm not mistaken, and so that'll be a big game for the Raiders after the Mankato East game.
So we got a lot of great sports coming for you for Northfield Raiders. We've got plenty of basketball, plenty of girls basketball, boys basketball, girls hockey, boys hockey. Over the period of the next 10 days, we got wrestling, and the wrestling guys, they're getting fired up as they try to approach the end of the season as well and try to get in their conference matches. So just tons of sporting events coming your way, not only live on KYMN, but also on NorthfieldLive.com. So on behalf of Lance Reister and Gordon Moore, I'm Jimmy LaRue bidding you adieu. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. You have been listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 The One and AM 1080 KYMN, and streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com.